Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varanari Jashodanandana Brojo Jashodanandana Brojo Jamuna Tira Bonachari Jamuna Tira Bonachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava
Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees who are assembled here for every week for hearing this Thursday Guru Maharaj class. We are hearing from Guru Maharaj the series of Garga Samhita. Today is the third day. So we request everyone that they can hear patiently, and then at the last there will be quiz. So devotees can attend the quiz as well. Thank you everyone. Jai His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki Jai.
Krishna Krishna Hare.
And then he started to wonder. He was wondering, who is this child? People say that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is he really the Supreme Personality? So when Durvasha Muni was thinking in this way, Krishna got out of his lap, looked at Durvasa Muni, smiling playfully. And then, as he breathed, Durvasa Muni went inside his mouth. Then Durvasa Muni found himself in a place, huge, vast area, a huge forest, but no one is there. So he began to wonder, what is this? Where did I come? And then he started to wander through many forests. And then there he saw the entire, all these universes, not one universe, so many universes. floating in causal ocean. And those entered into one such universe. And he saw different planetary systems, he traveled through different planets. And then he came on top of a mountain. And coming on top of a mountain, standing on that white mountain top, Durvasha worshipped the Supreme Personality of God. He started to offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of God. And then came the time of devastation. The whole place became inundated with water. So, and he was also carried away in that water. And he was swimming, drowning. In this way, submerged in the water, he forgot everything. Then when he came back to his senses, then he saw the entire universe, and he entered there, and going through those planetary systems, he came to the topmost planet, and he spent one lifetime there. So that is Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, where Brahma's planet, he spent his whole life. Then he saw a great ocean with millions of universes, and then he saw Viraja River. And crossing Viraja River, he entered into the realm of Golok. And he saw Vrindavan forest, Govardhan hill, and Jamuna river. And then he entered a forest grove filled with gopas and gopis, and in their midst, who did he see? Krishna. So, as Krishna laughed, he came out. And he saw the one that he saw just there, he's standing in front of him. So this is how Durvasha recognized who Krishna was. So he then offered obeisances to him and worshipped him with wonderful things. So this is how Krishna was performing his wonderful pastimes. And Kamsa, recognizing that Krishna is formidable enemy, he was sending different demons to kill them. And those demons were not ordinary persons. These demons were extremely powerful. We will see how powerful these demons were. Even the demigods couldn't do anything to them. So what to speak of any other human beings? So one such demon, Vatsasura, who assumed the form of a Vatsa calf, came. So Krishna could understand this calf is actually a demon. So Krishna is just 5 years old at that time. And as a cowherd boy, as 5 years old, they become apprentice cowherd. They take care of the calves. So little boys take care of little calves. So they took the calves and grazing them, playing with the friends. So this demon came in the form of a calf. And Krishna could understand that. He told Balaram, look at that one. It's a strange one. He didn't come with us. He joined us here. And Balaram said, should I take care of him? I will take care of him. And at that time, this calf demon, Vatsasura, came rushing towards Krishna and tried to kick him with his hind legs. So Krishna caught the demon by his hind legs and started to swing the demon overhead and finally let it go. And it fell on some kopitha tree. Kopitha is some kind of bale fruit. And the demon died. So this is how the first demon in Vrindavan, Vatsasura, was killed. So Vatsasura, then after he left his body, he merged into Krishna's body. He got liberated. So Bahulasha asked him, asked Narad Muni. So Narad Muni actually told the story that how Vatsasura in his previous life was a demon called Utkal, who was cursed by Vasishtha. Utkala actually he saw a demon who was extremely powerful and he was causing so much distress to everybody. And traveling in this way, he came to Vasishtha Muni's ashram. And there he saw Nandini, the daughter of Surabhi. And so he assumed the form of a Brahmana and went to Vasishtha and said, my dear sage, will you please give your cow to me? So generally, the Brahmanas, when they ask something, one does not decline, doesn't refuse. So Vasishtha could understand. He said, yes, you are a Brahmana and you want this Nandini. So you'll become a demon who will have the form of a calf. You won't get Vasishtha, you yourself will become a calf. You yourself will become a cow. So then he prayed to Vasishtha and then Vasishtha told how Krishna delivered him. So then another demon came soon after that. All the children saw. Mind you, they're just 5-6 years old children. So they're playing with a friend, and on the bank of Jamuna, they saw a bird, a huge bird. Looks like a crane. Bakasura. Baka means a crane. So they become curious. Oh, look at this bird, such a big bird. We never seen such a big bird. But as they went close, all of a sudden Bakasura just swallowed Krishna. Seeing that Krishna has been swallowed, the demigods became very worried. So all these demigods came, Indra came, tried to attack Bakasura with thunder. Thunder couldn't do anything to Bakasura. Then Agni Dev came, started to shoot thousands of arrows. Nothing happened to Bakasura. Surya came, Chandra came, Kartikeya came. Nothing happened. Only some feathers got ruffled in his body. Such a powerful. But then inside his body, Krishna started to, inside his throat, Krishna became so hot that Bakasura couldn't keep him within his mouth, spat him. But then he attacked Krishna again. But this time, when he attacked, the Bakasura attacked Krishna, Krishna caught him by his beak And he put his feet on the lower beak, and with his hands, he pulled the upper beak, and Bakasura's body split into two. So this is how Bakasura was killed. Another demon that came to attack was Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura was a demon who had the form of a donkey, and he used to stay in the Tal forest. So one day when Krishna was tending the cows, just before that something interesting happened here. So they were grazing the cows, and all of a sudden they saw a fire, a forest fire. But strangely enough, this forest fire came from all 8 directions. Like they're totally surrounded by the forest fire. Generally, the forest fire comes from one side, but this time this forest fire came from all 8 sides. There's nowhere to go, so the boy started to scream and cry, Krishna, Krishna, save us. Krishna said, okay, close your eyes. So as they closed their eyes, Krishna just ate the forest fire. And the forest fire was extinguished. Krishna ate the forest fire. Okay, now you can open your eyes. Everything is normal. There is no trace of fire. So, in this way, different demons came in different ways. This was a demon actually, who took the form of a forest fire, intending to kill Krishna. But got killed. So the children just forgot what actually happened. They were not at all in anxiety. And that's what happens when you depend upon Krishna. You know that Krishna will protect you, so why worry? But they started to feel hungry. Krishna, we're feeling hungry. So one boy said, well, nearby there is a tal forest. There are very beautiful, ripe tal fruit. So let's go and have the tal fruit. The other boy said, no, don't go there. In that forest there is Dhenukasura. This Dhenukasura is such a terrible demon that whoever goes there, he eats them up. Oh, we should go there. So when the boys were speaking like that, Balaram said, who cares for this Dhenukasura? Let's go. You're hungry? Yes. Let's go. It's a feast of tal fruits. So Balaram just went inside that tal forest. How many of you have seen tal trees? Okay, it's a huge tree. It's like a coconut tree, palm tree. It's a palm family, but they grow huge. The trunk is about this big. So Balaram grabbed the trunk of the tree and started to shake. The tree was full of tal fruits, so all those tal fruits started to fall with a thudding sound. Dhenukasura was having his afternoon nap. He heard the sound. What's this? What's happening? And the sound continued. Thug, thug. Tal fruits are falling with a thud. Whoever dared to come into my tal forest? And so he came out. And he saw Balaram and cowherd boys. So he just attacked Balaram. So there's a description how they fought. For a long time they fought actually. And then finally Balaram killed him. Balaram's way of killing was grab them by the animals, grab them by the hind leg and swing them and smash them or throw them. You see, by the time they swing you, you can't breathe, so you suffocate. So this is how Dhenukasura was killed. Dhenuka means donkey. There is another, in this respect, there is one consideration that why Balaram killed Dhenukasura, why not Krishna? There are two reasons actually. One reason is Dhenuka, this is from Bhakti Vinod Thakur's Krishna Samhita. Dhenuka means donkey. You know what the donkeys are famous for? What the donkeys are famous for? Huh? Carrying the load, okay. Any other reason? Donkeys are famous for their stupidity. Don't we say? In India, it's a very common expression. Gada means a donkey. Means absolutely stupid. So due to the stupidity, what does the donkey do? Donkey thinks, you can see how nowadays people also have become donkey-like. The donkey, it needs only grass. Is there any dearth of grass in this world? There's grass everywhere. But because he's a donkey, he thinks that unless he carries the heavy load of his master, he won't have any grass to eat. Isn't it? Radha Vinod said the donkeys are famous for carrying load. Yes. Like sometimes in India, you see donkeys are carrying such a load, heavy load, that you don't see the donkey. It seems like this heavy load is moving on its own. Like donkey is there carrying, and there's a heavy load around it. So, but the donkey is carrying such a big burden. But why he is doing that? Because he thinks that unless the master gives him some grass, he won't have anything to eat. So, and donkey carries a big load. So what we do in the material nature, everyone is like a donkey, carrying a big load, big responsibility. But then, it is Balaram, in the form of the spiritual master, comes and kills that donkey. Why are you carrying unnecessarily this big burden? Get rid of it. So, Balaram kills that demon. Balaram's representative kills the demon of ignorance, kills the demon of stupidity, and gives us real intelligence. So, this is how Balaram killed Dhenukasura. There's another anecdote behind that. This Dhenukasura in his previous life was a demon called Utkal. He was the son of Bali Maharaj. And Utkal created some disturbance. He also was enjoying with women, and he was cursed by Durvasa Muni that he said that since they were actually singing and dancing, creating a noise, so Durvasa Muni was meditating nearby. So his meditation broke. So he considered that this noise was like braying of donkeys. So when he saw what they were doing, he cursed this demon Utkal. And so he became cursed to become a demon. Like since we're creating the noise like a donkey does, have you seen donkeys braying? It's the worst kind of disturbance that you can ever have. So he said he became a donkey, so he became a donkey. But Krishna actually gave the benediction to Prahlad Maharaj that although Prahlad Maharaj is from the demon family and the demons will come, but Krishna gave him the benediction that I won't kill your family members. So Krishna, because Dhenukasura was in the family of Bali Maharaj, Prahlad's son was Virochan, Virochan's son was Bali, and Bali's son was Utkal, who became Dhenukasura. Therefore, Krishna did not kill him. Balaram killed him, or Krishna meant Balaram to kill him. So in this way, Krishna killed various demons in these pastimes, and in this way, there are many other demons came, one after another. One such demon was Arishthasura. Arishthasura came in the form of a bull. And not just an ordinary bull, gigantic bull. And Krishna killed this demon, Arishthasura. Then another demon. Okay, before that, I forgot. There is Krishna killed a demon called Aghasura. That happened before Krishna was still much younger. This Aghasura came in the form of a gigantic python, so big that his upper lip, his mouth was wide open. You have seen the snake's mouth? They become very big actually. So Aghasura's upper lip was touching the sky and lower lip was touching the earth. So the cowherd boys that morning were going, and on the way they saw this new cave. They thought it was a cave. And they are all very excited. Oh, this new cave, we never seen here. We never explored it. So let's go and see what is there. And along with the cow, then Krishna realized that there is a great danger. These boys are already in Aghasura's mouth, along with the cows. And Aghasura was waiting for Krishna to. That day was Balaram's birthday, therefore Mother Rohini kept Balaram at home. So Krishna was wondering what to do, how to save these boys. And Aghasura was waiting to swallow Krishna as soon as Krishna came. So Krishna just walked into Aghasura's mouth. And as soon as he entered, Aghasura closed his mouth. And Krishna swallowed. So what did Krishna do? Krishna expanded himself into such a big form that he got stuck in Aghasura's throat. And he started to emanate terrible fire from his body, heat from his body. So Aghasura started to writhe in pain. In one hand, he couldn't breathe. His throat got choked. And there's such a terrible heat. And his soul is trapped inside his body. Cannot leave his body. So finally, Aghasura left his body from the top of his head. There is a hole here on top of the head called Brahmarantra. The yogis generally leave their bodies through the Brahmarantra. And that is how they achieve their spiritual perfection. So Aghasura, we can see, by being killed by Krishna, they assumed the benefit that a perfect yogi gets. Aghasura's soul came out and then entered into Krishna. Brahma was watching, sitting on his swan on the space. So Brahma was wondering, who is this little boy? Aghasura was such a terrible demon that even the demigods were not only afraid of him, if they heard the name Agha, then they would start to tremble with fear. And this little boy just killed him like this, and the demon's soul merged into his body. Who is he? Is he my Lord? Narayana. So Brahma thought, okay, I will check it out. Then all these boys were rescued. They came out of Aghasura's body. And with the cows, with the calves, they went to the bank of Jamuna. They started to eat. And some boys said, Krishna, we are so poor that my mother couldn't make any breakfast for us today. Krishna said, don't worry, we have plenty of. And some friends said, Krishna, this sweets my mother made is so delicious. So have it. Although he ate it, he gives it to Krishna. Krishna takes it by really extremely delicious sweets. And he gives it to some other friend. We take it. In this way, they were having. Sometimes some boys saw that something was told to be so delicious, so they became curious to find out, taste how delicious it is. And the food was on Krishna's plate. Krishna just took a bite and kept it on the plate. And he said, Krishna, look at that bird. And when Krishna looked, he took the sweet out of Krishna's plate. So Brahma felt, my Lord will never behave like this. And no one will ever dare to behave like that with my Lord. So who is this boy? Obviously, he is not any demigod. It seems that he is not even my Lord Narayana. Then who he is? So Brahma thought, okay, let me see his potency. So Brahma stole the calves and put them in a cave. All of a sudden, everyone saw that the calves are nowhere to be seen. So they were having their breakfast, picnic. And there was just, everybody became anxious to find out what happened to the calves. So they, when they became so anxious, Krishna said, don't worry, you carry on with your prasad. I will go and find out. Maybe they have gone inside the forest. So Krishna went to look for the calves. He could find the calves. Then he came back and he found none of his friends are also there. None of the cowherd boys were there. So in great anxiety, Krishna started to wonder what happened. Then he realized, oh, Brahma, you are trying to check me out. Okay, check me out. So Krishna immediately expanded himself into all those cowherd boys and into all those calves. So, in the meantime, Brahma put the cowherd boys and the calves in a cave, covered the cave with a big stone, big boulder. And as he looked back, he saw all the cowherd boys are having their picnic with Krishna, and all the calves are grazing in the field. So Brahma wondered, what's the matter? So he looked inside the cave. All the boys and calves are still there. He looked here. Now what did he see? That all the cowherd boys and all the calves are Narayan. Brahma knew about one Narayan, his Lord and Master. But now he's seeing all these cowherd boys and calves and Narayans in their foreign forms. So Brahma realized his mistake. So he fell at Krishna's feet, begging forgiveness. So this is how Brahma also became bewildered, and Brahma also began to recognize who Krishna actually is. So in this way we can see that although many great personalities initially could not recognize Krishna, but eventually by Krishna's mercy, they did. A similar thing happened also with Indra. The cowherd people used to worship Indra on a certain day, Indra Puja. So cowherd boys were, all the cowherd people are very busy since morning. So Krishna saw that everyone is so busy. So he asked his father, Father, what's happening today? You all seem to be so busy. So Nanda Maharaj, he was worried because this child, you answer his one question and he'll come up with 25 other questions. And said, Krishna, today I'm very, very busy, not now. Please don't ask me. Father, why don't you tell me? It's a simple thing, like, what are you doing? What's happening? Okay. We are making arrangements to worship Indra Puja. Father, why do you worship Indra? Nanda Maharaj said, start it. Okay, we worship Indra because Indra gives rain. Does Indra give rain because he's worshipped? Yes. In the middle of the ocean, nobody worships Indra. And there is no need for water also. So why does it rain there? This time Nanda Maharaj got stuck. It's true. And he said, look, we need rain. And because we are cowherd people, we need green grass for the cows, We need to grow food, grain. For that we need rain. And it is due to worshipping Indra that we get rain. Is Indra's so important? Indra's performance? We are cowherd people, as you say, but actually the cows grow by the mercy of Govardhan. Govardhan. The Vardhan means increase. The cows increase by the mercy of Govardhan, not by the mercy of Indra. So anyway, it's a long discussion. So I'm coming to the end. So Krishna suggested that instead of worshipping Indra, let's worship Govardhan. Nanda Maharaja and cowherd people, they just listened to what Krishna told. So Nanda Maharaj told other people, other cowherd people. So Krishna is saying that instead of worshipping Indra, let's worship Govardhan because we are getting so many benefits from Govardhan. We are cowherd people and our cows are really protected and nurtured by Govardhan. So they said, yes, let's go and worship Govardhan. So they took all the paraphernalia for worshipping Indra to Govardhan and they first fed Govardhan. They made an annakut. Annakut means a mountain of food. And there is a very beautiful description of this mountain of food in Gopal Champu. First they put banana leaves throughout the area. Then they put chapatis, piled up chapatis. Then they put different types of rice on top. Then puris, then different types of other preparations. So huge mountain of food. And there were streams flowing. What was the stream? The streams of ghee flowing through the mountain. And all kinds of delicious food stuff. Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, astringent. And everybody saw that Govardhan mountain assumed the form that looked just like Krishna's form. And Govardhan is taking the food and eating. And in this way, Govardhan ate. And from distant or for him nearby lakes, Kushum Sarovar and other lakes, Govardhan took the water from his mouth. He drank water. So after Govardhan was worshipped in this way, and they saw that one Krishna is eating the food, and another huge Krishna is eating the food, and another small Krishna standing there watching that other Krishna eating the food. So this is how Govardhan was worshipped, and then they circumambulated Govardhan. In the meantime, Indra was waiting. What's happening? Again, his Narad Muni went and told Indra what happened. Indra, you're waiting for your worship, but all the paraphernalia of your worship has now been transported to Govardhan, and these cowherd people worship Govardhan. So Indra became furious. And he immediately called Samvartaka cloud. Samvartaka cloud came. And Indra ordered, go and destroy. Vrindavan, with all the residents there. So some other sudden the residents of Vrindavan saw that terrible cloud from northeast side coming, rushing towards. The whole sky became covered with black cloud. And then came torrents of rain. And so everyone was afraid. Some started to think that, see, Indra has been upset. Now he's going to cause a lot of trouble for us as punishment. But they all went to Krishna. Krishna, what to do now? What should we do? Krishna said, don't worry. He immediately left. And Krishna said, don't worry. Govardhan will protect you. You worship Govardhan, so why worry? Saying that, Krishna lifted Govardhan and held it there for 7 days. Everything was flooded, torrents of rain. But Anantashesh came, and with his body, Anantashesh created a wall around Govardhan, a cave, a cavity that was created so that water couldn't come. Indra was sending incessant thunder. Nothing happened. So Indra asked thunder. So thunder was the situation. Everybody had been taken care of. Not a single soul died. Very good. But then, right after that, wind came. No. Upon eating all the offering was given to Govardhan, Govardhan became so powerful that
Balisan, and the demon soul merged into his body. Who is he? Is he my Lord? Narayan. So Brahma thought, okay, I will check it out.
And everybody saw that Govardhan mountain assumed the form that looked just like Krishna's form. And Govardhan is taking the food and eating. And in this way, Govardhan ate. And from distant or for him nearby lakes, Kushum Sarovar and other lakes, Govardhan took the water from his mouth and he drank water. So after Govardhan was worshipped in this way, and they saw that one Krishna is eating the food, and another huge Krishna is eating the food, and another small Krishna standing there watching that other Krishna eating the food. So this is how Govardhan was worshipped, and then they circumambulated Govardhan. In the meantime, Indra was waiting. What's happening? Again, his Narad Muni went and told Indra what happened. Indra, you're waiting for your worship, but all the paraphernalia of your worship has now been transported to Govardhan, and these cowherd people worship Govardhan. So Indra became furious. And he immediately called them, along with their domestic animals, have gone inside the cave and they have taken shelter. So Indra said, there was a mountain called Mainak that used to fly, but I cut its wings with my thunder. And it is now in the ocean, under the ocean. So did Mainak grow its wings again? So anyway, I will take care. And he started to hurl thunder. But nothing happened. 7 days went by. The mountain was just up in the sky, in the space, floating. So Indra approached his guru, Brihaspati. Gurudev, what's the matter here? Brihaspati said, Indra, you made a big mistake. The boy you thought to be an ordinary child is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he lifted this mountain to give protection to his devotees. You not only offended him, but you tried to kill his devotees. It's a terrible offense. Indra started to shake like a dry leaf in wind. What shall I do now? What shall I do? So Brihaspati said, okay, you take shelter of Surabhi. And along with Surabhi, you go to Krishna. By seeing Surabhi, Krishna's anger will subside. And then you go and beg forgiveness. So Indra did that. Hiding behind Surabhi's tail, Indra approached Krishna. Surabhi bathed Krishna with her milk. Krishna's anger subsided. Then Indra came out and begged forgiveness. So this is how Govardhan Leela was performed. Govardhan. Govardhan. This pastime has a very wonderful significance. Actually, in Vrindavan, everyone used to think that he was not getting enough association of Krishna. The cowherd boys who used to be with him till the day, at night they couldn't be with Krishna. The gopis used to be with Krishna at night, in the day they couldn't be with Krishna. And the elderly gopas and gopis, they couldn't get practically any association of Krishna, only sometime in the morning, and the whole day Krishna is out tending cows. And at night they are asleep and they don't know what Krishna was doing. They thought Krishna was also sleeping. Even the cows used to think, oh, we are not getting enough association of Krishna. So through this Govardhan Leela, Krishna gave everybody an opportunity to fulfill their desire. For 7 days, day and night, they were with Krishna. So this is how their desire got fulfilled. So that's how this Govardhan Leela is so important for all of us. Okay, a few minutes left. Does anybody have any question? Yes.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you everyone for patiently hearing the lecture of Srila Guru Maharaj. Although there were some disturbances in between because of some technical reason and our inefficiency, so we beg forgiveness from all the devotees and seek blessings so that we can keep serving all of you. So based on today's lecture, there is a quiz and there are only 8 questions are there. So devotees can attempt the quiz. The quiz link has been shared in the chat. And till the time, we will read the today's quote of Srila Guru Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj says, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 13th chapter, verse 48, lecture given at Mauritius, 4th November 2005. Our relationship with Krishna is that he is the Supreme Master and we are his eternal servants. That is our actual identity. We are eternal servants of the Lord. But when we identify with the material nature, then we forget our identity as servant and we assume the identity of the master. Now that is called the false ego, the mistaken concept of our identity. Jai Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki. So devotees are attempting the quiz and we are sharing the current score. We will be sharing the current score of the quiz. Eleven participants have attempted the quiz. There are 8 questions and present Ishwari Radhika Mataji, Arpita Paul Mataji, Charu Sakhi Mataji, Aparajita Sakhi Mataji, Sharmila Radhika Mataji, MB Hindu Vadani Mataji. So devotees are attempting. We can wait. This quiz link will be there for till tomorrow. So devotees who are here, they can give the quiz later as well and can get the benefit and can check how efficiently we all have heard it. So thank you everyone. This was this Thursday. Today we learned about the Krishna's pastime from Garga Samhita. Next Thursday also we'll continue the same series and we seek blessings from Guru Maharaj and all this assembled devotees here so that we can serve all of you nicely. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.